there's more drills out there than different kinds. Pneumatic, we talked about this upstairs. Pneumatic, electric, and battery. Batteries are extremely popular now, simply because you don't have that long cord you have to keep dragging back and forth and getting in your way. The problem with the battery is it runs out of juice, right? Or does it have enough power to give you the torque you need to accomplish the job? Okay? Let's see. So the different kinds of screwdrivers are there. You're going to have all different kinds of screwdrivers for different kinds of screws. Phillips heads, slot ones. You don't see those too much anymore unless somebody's like 80 and they have hardware that they put in when they were a child or something. That's about the only time you're going to see. Almost all of them are some configuration of this or star shaped at the top. That's what you're going to see most often. But occasionally you're going to see some other ones.
Do they usually have wooden handles like that? Or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they do. And they hold the heat. Okay. Iris scissors. Notice they're sharp on the end. Plastics tend to use these a lot. And they come straight also. These are curved. Okay. So make sure you label them curved iris scissors, okay, if they're out. Okay. For your elevator, every service uses this. If you don't know the name of this, you're screwed. Okay. Every service I can think of uses this. Okay. Ortho, neuro, plastics, everybody uses this for your elevator. You'll notice one end tends to be a little sharper than the other. Okay. We talked about bone wax. A lot of times they'll put the bone wax on the end of this, and then when you have the end of the bone that's bleeding, they'll shove it into the space where it's bleeding, okay? Because you don't want to use your finger down in there, because the bone has sharp edges on it. You can get a hole in your glove that way. So a lot of times they're going to ask for wax on a stick. This is what you're going to give them. This is wax on a stick, okay? And you just take a little bit and put it on there and make a little ball at the end, and then they can push it into the thing, okay? Some of them are, okay? So for your elevator, for your periosteo elevator is its full name. So they would use this if you're doing a hand, just like they use the key, only it's little fingers, right? Little bones you're going to be using on. Tenotomy, what does this sound like? Tendons. Okay, so dissection around the tendons. You usually don't want to cut a tendon unless you're going to harvest it like they did the other day. Okay, that's the only time you're going to cut them usually. So let's say I have a ganglion cyst. Okay, we're going to talk about what that is. Hopefully you did it in your homework, because I think it is one of the terms you have to learn. Okay, so you want to dissect around this, and you dissect around the tendon to get it out. The iris scissors will put a hole in things. These won't put a hole, okay? But it still has the fine tips. Some of them even have finer tips on them than this does. Okay, and they come, see how the finer tips are on this one? That's a lot of times what you're going to see. Okay, see these are both tenotomy. Wrench. The only time I use a wrench is on the external fixator. Okay, so external fixator, we're going to discuss that on Monday. You put that in when people have these multiple fractures, pieces and pieces and pieces of bone. And I'm talking pieces. The one we put one on, and some doctors like them a lot more, but they will put them on when somebody, I lost count at 25 pieces on somebody's ankle, one ankle.
Wow.
Okay? 25 pieces of bone. And I quit counting. Okay? I lost count. So they put the external fixator on, and this is how you adjust it. It's like Tinker Toys.
Do they come in different sizes or just that size?
Oh yeah, for different size external fixators. Right. They have big ones for pelvic fractures. They didn't used to be able to fix pelvic fractures very easily, but now they have the external fixator, and you can actually fix those. And now you have bigger.
Does the patient normally do it, or the
and
doctor?
Then for hands, they have them for hands, legs, all kinds of stuff. So that's when you're going to be using one of those. Rongeur, same one that you do with the single action. You can do it double. Double means you just have more pivot, more fulcrums. Smaller the rongeur, the smaller the bone. Okay, so if you have great big bones, don't give them one of these. Okay, you already know what that's for. Wire cutters, just what it says it is. You wire somebody's jaw closed. We're going to get that in plastics. Ortho doesn't wire people's jaw closed even though it's broken bones. They don't have the patience for it, believe me. It's tedious wiring somebody's jaw closed. Okay? You're going to need wire cutters because you use wire to close their teeth. You put wire around the teeth and then you put wire around the wires, and that's how they keep your jaw closed. Okay?